for this one is we're starting... Hang on, I'll just wait till everyone's ready. Give me a break. All right, here we go. All right, what we're going to do today, we're going on to finance, which is a lot of this you may have done before. By the end of this unit, these are all the things that you're going to be able to be doing. So this is where we're starting. First thing we've got to get our head around is what is the difference between a salary and a wage? Jeremy, hang on. Okay, salary and a wage. So I'm on a salary, but your parents may be on a wage. So the first thing you've got to understand is what is the difference between a salary and a wage? Hang on. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So I'm on a salary. I get paid a certain amount every year. Doesn't matter whether I could be doing 3 hours overtime every day. I don't get paid for any additional hours. So that's the downside of a salary. Whereas if you work at... Who's got a part-time job here? Is it hourly rate? Yeah, that's a wage. Okay? Because you get paid by how long you work. All right, so the good news is like there's going to be advantages and disadvantages, and I'll show you where you can put some information in there. But the advantage of a salary is I'm getting paid no matter what. So like I might get paid so much money and they split it into 52 because there's 52 weeks in a year or 26 fortnights. Jeremy? So I get paid regardless of holidays. Okay, I get paid the same amount. Nurses are the same. Police are the same. Fireys are the same, Jackson. Anybody that works for the government usually is a salary. People that work in corporate are usually salaries. But if you're a wage, you may get paid like so much per hour. It might be $10 an hour, $20 an hour, and you get paid by the number of hours that you work. Okay, question, go. The salary or the wage does not, it's got nothing to do with it. It's how much you earn in a financial year. So that determines how much tax, and we look at how to calculate tax. Pretty much that's how you work out how to pay tax. So the downside is with a wage, you've got to have the hours coming in. So if you're not getting hours, you're not getting paid for those hours. Okay, that's the downside. So I like the security, but sometimes with a wage you get paid a bigger amount per hour. For example, like casual teachers may get paid, they get paid like per day, not per hour. Okay, but I like the security of knowing that I've got a whole year of getting the same amount every single fortnight or a week. Question? Say you took a break and leave. Yep. Would you still get paid for that? Good question. If I take a break or leave, so I get holidays, I still get paid in the holidays in January and April. However, depending on who you work for, if you work for a government job, quite often they factor all those things into the pay. I can apply, I've been working a long time in education, so I get long service leave. So I can actually get paid and take some time off because I've been with the department for a long time. Okay, but if before I got to that point and I wanted to go skiing over winter, I had to apply for leave without pay, okay, which means that I just don't get paid for that time. All right, so it depends on who you work for. The good thing about government jobs is, they factor all of those things in: sick leave, holiday pay, long service leave, and you get security of knowing what you're getting every single fortnight. That's a good thing. The downside is quite often, you're not getting as much money as those that would be getting it in private enterprise. Not saying all, but people that have got private business, they've got the opportunity to make a lot of money, but they've also got a lot of overheads to pay, like shop rental, equipment, etc. And if they're sick, they've got to go, okay? Otherwise, they have to shut their shop. So I'll fill out that table a little bit later so that you can copy that in. But I think the first thing we need to do, let me just get this one up. Let's have a look at this one here. Before we do, we need to have an understanding of how many weeks are in a year, how many fortnights are in a year, how many months are in a year, etc. Because that, if you're not sure about that, you won't be able to, Kobe, I'll get you to take, oh, you're listening, are you? Yep. All right, so first of all, 1 year. Put your hand up if you know how many weeks are in 1 year. 52. 52 weeks. Okay. Now, in terms of fortnights, so what is a fortnight? Put your hand up.
2 weeks.
Tom? 2 weeks. How many fortnights are in a year?
26.
26 fortnights. Okay. All right. In terms of days, not that people get paid, but it's important that you do know, because when we go to do interest and we need to work out a per day rate, how many days are in a year? 365. Now, to be exact, it's 365 and a quarter. Why that quarter? It's actually because of the leap year, but what we say is that there's 365 days in a year, but 366 in a leap year. So write those down, please. And what's the other one? We haven't done months. Equals how many months? 12 months. So get those down now. Okay. All right, let's have a look at example number 1. I'll wait till we're going. Have you done this yet, Sam? Yep, you have. You can, if you're already done that, are you up to date with all the exercises? No? How about you just get stuck into, if you've already gone through all of this, you can get stuck into the exercises. So grab a textbook. Pardon? Have you not got a book, one of those books? Where's your book? Oh, you've dropped from, yep. Okay, I'll have to get you one. I won't be able to get it now. So what I'll do is I'll get you just to get started, and then I'll get a book organised for you. Do you want to pass that back? All right. So it's exercise 2A. Okay. So let's have a look at the actual question. It says, we earns a salary. So here's our per annum. What does per annum mean? Per annual year. Good. He's paid fortnightly. So underline all the important bits. Salary, that's per year. How much does he receive each fortnight? So the very first thing you do, you need to write down a word or a phrase that you are calculating. So what are they being asked to actually calculate? Fortnightly. Fortnightly. Write the phrase down, please. Fortnightly. Pay. You must show you're working. So if I've got 65 and a bit $1,000, I've got to divide that number by what? What do I need to divide? 26. Yeah. So I go 65,208 divided by 26. Okay. Enter that into your calculator. So you're going to need a calculator. Sam, do you have a calculator? No, in that red bag. All right, you need to get one. Make sure it's brought every lesson. Okay. Has anybody entered that into their calculator? Tom, what are you doing, mate? All right, last time. Next time I move you to the front. Okay? That was last year where you muck around, not this year.
2,500.
Yeah, great. So, $2,508. Okay, so that's what he receives that each fortnight. Okay, You should, with word problems, finish with a sentence. Therefore, Way earns 2,508 per fortnight. All right. Example number 2. It says Jasmine is paid at a rate of $1,098 for a 40-hour week. How much does Jasmine earn per hour? So what are they asking you? Okay. The key thing with all of these, I know it might sound tedious, but you need to always have a word or a phrase to describe what you are calculating. You must show how you get your answer and then put it to an answer. Beg your pardon? Therefore, excellent, thank you, Tom. Therefore, Jasmine earns $27.45 per hour. Depends if you're wanting to get a higher band, these is what they tell us to tell you to do, so it's really clear. Okay, you need to, because sometimes like people will do their maths and they're unable to actually locate where the answer is because it's not organised. By putting a sentence there, you are being explicit. Okay, good. Let's have a look at some questions. All right, so let's have a look at this one here. This is from a HSC. This is a multiple choice question. And an enterprise agreement has the following annual salary arrangements. So this means this is the base salary. What is a base salary? Is anyone aware of a base salary? Yeah, so a lot of people like real estate agents. Anyone got real estate agent? Pardon? Oh, I'm not sure about the flight attendants. I worked for a pharmaceutical company for a number of years, and I used to go around to all the hospitals to encourage the specialists to write a specific diabetic drug. And I used to get paid a base salary, and then depending on how many sales of the diabetic drug in my region, I would then get a bonus for. So the base salary that's what you get regardless of whether you sell. So a real estate agent, most real estate agents have a base salary. But if you don't sell anything, you don't get any more money. Okay, so this is each of the steps. So 35, 40 or 45,000. The leadership allowance, so a leader 1, leader 2, blah, blah, blah. George's employer pays 6% more than the enterprise agreement. He is on step 3 and receives a leader 2. So he's got that one plus that one. But it says George's employer pays 6% more than the enterprise agreement. So what is the enterprise agreement? Let's work that out first. Yeah, by adding the 45,000, you don't need to write this out because it's a multiple choice, but write it out now, and plus the 7,500, so you end up with 52,500. Okay, now you need to get paid 6% more. In the early days, you would find 6% of that and then add it on to that. There's a really, really quick way. Okay? Almost. It's 1.06 times 52,500. So the new George's employer. Why is there a 1 there? Because why is that? Because 1% is 0.01. Why? Because it's 1 over 100. So 2 numbers after the decimal point. 2% is 0.02. Okay. Now, when you're increasing something by 6%, you're adding it on to 100% of it. So it's 106%. And that is why we times it by 1.06, because it actually will end up with a number that's bigger than that. So if you want to increase, you buy a set of skis for $1,000, okay, and you want to increase it by just say it was 2%, you would go 1.02 times it by 1,000, okay, which would be 1,020. So in your calculator, enter that into your calculator, 1.06 times 52,500. What do you get? What do you get? I haven't got my calculator here. I'm hoping somebody's got one. Hang on. Oh, that's the employer's wage. So what did you say?
55,650.
All right. But that answer's not there. Why is that answer not there? What does the question ask you to do? Yeah. So what does the word gross mean in terms of finance? It means total. So total monthly pay. And so that's per year. How would I work out the monthly pay? Yeah, monthly pay. So get that number, divide it by 12. Divided by 12. What do you get? $55,650 divided by 12. D, that one there. So you must get $4,637.50. All right, who does not have a calculator today? Yeah, you might be able to. Do you want a calculator? Yep. Anyone need a calculator? Yep. Really, really important you bring a calculator. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at this one. This is from a HSC question in 2010. Everyone, eyes to the front, please. Eyes to the front. All right. Ready? So this is out of the 2010 HSC exam. This has the advertisement appeared in a newspaper. So this is a civil engineer. This is what they're getting paid per week, a base rate. Okay, watching. All right, depending upon qualifications and experience, up to an additional 3.5% may be added to the weekly base rate of pay. Okay, what is the maximum possible salary per annum for the civil engineer, correct to the nearest dollar? So there's a few things happening here. That's what he gets per week. Okay, so per week, so the maximum that could be increased by is 3.5%. weekly pay, I would get that 1586.70, and I times it by what's the percentage if I'm adding on 3.5%. Times it by 1.035. Okay? Get your calculators out, do that for me please, and leave that number in your calculator. Have you done it? 1586.70 times it by 1.035. What do you get? Leave it in your calculator because they want the salary per annum. So that's the weekly pay, salary per annum. So what do I need to do with that number? I need to times it by what? Weekly, that's weekly. 52. Okay. So you need to show this working. You cannot in the HSC just put it in your calculator. You've actually got to put it out in working that can be easily followed. So write that down and then calculate 1642.23 times 52. Has anyone done that? What'd you get? I can't see it. Read it out to me. Just give me the numbers and then we'll have a look at it. So what is it? Sorry, 9653. 194. Okay. So how do you say that number? Put a comma in there if you need to, or we don't use commas anymore. They leave a space, but it makes it easier for you to read the number out. Okay, so that's 85,396. Am I finished?
No, $1.
Fabulous. What does that get rounded to?
Oh, that goes down.
Yep, $85,396. Therefore, maximum possible salary is 85,396. All right, get that down, please. Have you got that down? All of that? Can you write that down for me, mate? Okay, how many more questions is there? All right, it's there, so you can get up and write it down. Okay, when we're finished. All right. Okay.